what is a state recognized party, what is a nationally recognized party, how do they get their symbols. So the Western world laughed at us, saying that, you know, such an illiterate country, almost 70 to 80% of the population is illiterate, it's poor, how will democracy survive there? So how do these parties get these symbols? How is it that there are certain parties which always fight with the same symbol? Hi friends, welcome. Recently, about a month back, you would have seen that Makkal Needhi Mayyam has been allotted the battery torch symbol for contesting the assembly election in 2021. So in this backdrop, I thought, what are the different types of parties? What is a registered party? What is a state recognized party? What is a nationally recognized party? How do they get their symbols? I thought I'll make a short video on that. But before that, a bit of history. So for example, in UK, which is the model that we have adopted in our country as well, the Westminster model. In UK, there are party logos. For example, a red rose is the Labour Party logo. The Union Jack, the English flag, which is drawn in a particular manner, is the logo of the Conservative Party. And similarly, each party has its own logo. So there is no party symbol per se, but this party logo appears on the ballot paper in the UK general election alongside the name of the candidate and the party to which he belongs. In the US, which is also a democracy, the presidential elections happen at the same time in all the states, but each state, there are 50 states in the US, and each of them have their own rules and regulations with respect to conduct of elections. Some of them have different ways of putting the ballot papers. Predominantly, it is only the name of the candidates is given along with the party name, and they do it in different ways in different states. So let us not get into that so much. But in India, when we got independence, one thing which was accepted by everyone in the Constituent Assembly without any debate was universal adult franchise, which means everybody above the age of 21 at that point of time, which was subsequently reduced to 18 in 1989, have the right to vote, and it was a democracy where everyone participates. So the Western world laughed at us, saying that, you know, such an illiterate country, almost 70 to 80% of the population is illiterate, it's poor, how will democracy survive there? But I think in the last 73 years, despite our shortcomings, I think we have had a fair record to show about free and fair elections and peaceful transfer of power between political parties. But because there was so much of illiteracy in our country, and still we do have a sizable population which is not completely literate, election symbols were decided to be used so that it is easy for a voter to identify which party he wants to vote for. He may not be able to read the name and the party's name, but he will have the symbol registered in his mind, and so he can go and vote for that party. So before the year 2000, right, EVMs were introduced in the 1980s itself on a sample basis, but till the general election of 1999, majority of the country still had only ballot papers, ballot papers, right, physical ballot papers. And I have myself voted twice, in 1998 and 1999 general election, in a physical ballot paper. But after the year 2001, by and large, all assembly elections, and definitely now all assembly and parliamentary elections, happen on EVM basis. And in the EVM, you would have seen the party symbol alongside the name of the candidate and the party to which he belongs. So how do parties get these symbols? As I told you, Makkal Needhi Mayyam, which is a registered party in the state of Tamil Nadu and Puducherry, has been allotted battery torch. Naam Tamilar Katchi, which is again a Tamil Nadu based party, has been allotted a farmer as a symbol. Makkal Sevai Katchi has been allotted auto as a symbol. So how do these parties get these symbols? How is it that there are certain parties which always fight with the same symbol? The BJP with the lotus, the Congress with the hand, or in the state of Tamil Nadu, for example, the DMK with the rising sun, or the ADMK with the two leaves. So there are three categories of parties. The first is what is called as a registered party. It is not yet recognized, it is just registered with the Election Commission. And these registered parties have the concession to fight under a common symbol for 2 consecutive general elections. General elections means elections to all the Lok Sabha seats, which happens once every 5 years. This is a general election. Similarly, elections to all the assembly seats in a state, which happens once every 5 years, is a general election. The rest of the elections happen, which happens because of vacancy, is called as a by-election. So, for 2 general elections, a party, a registered party has a concession to have a common symbol, which is allotted on a first come first serve basis 6 months before the due date for dissolution of the assembly or the Lok Sabha. When it comes to Indian Parliament, they can apply for it and they are allotted the symbols. This is how these parties which I told initially have got their symbols allotted. But then if you achieve certain milestones, you get recognized as a state party. Now, what are the criteria for recognition as a state party? Now, if in an assembly election, a party gets 6% of the votes polled throughout the state and win at least 2 assembly seats, then it gets recognition as a state party. If in a Lok Sabha election, if a party gets 6% of the votes polled and wins at least 1 Lok Sabha seat, you get recognition as a state party. Without considering the percentage of votes, if a political party gets minimum 3% of the seats, so for example in Tamil Nadu there are 234 seats, 3% of that rounded off would mean around 9 seats if I am not wrong. So 2.3 into 3, yeah, 7 seats. So if you get 3% of the seats or 3 seats, whichever is higher. For a smaller state, Goa has only 40 seats, so 3% of that is only 1.2, but you should get minimum 3 seats. So 3% or 3 seats, whichever is higher in a state, if you get, then irrespective of the number of votes, percentage of votes you get, you still get recognized as a state party. If in a Lok Sabha election, if you get 1 seat for every 25 seats, so for example in Tamil Nadu there are 39 Lok Sabha seats. So for every 25 seats you should win 1 Lok Sabha seats, which means for 39 seats you should win 2 Lok Sabha seats. Then automatically you get recognition as a state party. And even if you don't win any seats, if a party gets 8% of the valid votes polled in an assembly election or a Lok Sabha election, they get recognized as a state party. Now, based on this, as I told you, there are various recognized state parties in the country. There are more than 50 recognized state parties in various states of the country. Now, the next recognition, which is the recognition as a national party. Now, how does this happen? Now, this is a combination. First, in an assembly election or a Lok Sabha election in 4 different states, you get at least 6% of the votes polled and a party wins at least 4 Lok Sabha seats. It may be from the same state or more than one state. If it wins 4 Lok Sabha seats, it gets recognized as a national party. The second option is that if a party wins 2% of the Lok Sabha seats in a general election, so 2% of the Lok Sabha, 543 seats, 2% rounded off will be minimum 11 seats. But these 11 seats, a party should win from at least 3 different states. If it is able to achieve that, then also it gets recognized as a national party. Or the third option is that if a political party is recognized as a state party, we saw what is the criteria for recognition as a state party just a while back. If it is recognized as a state party in 4 states minimum, then also it gets recognition as a national party. So, on this basis, today we have 8 recognized national parties in our country. The Bahujan Samaj Party, the Bharatiya Janata Party, the Trinamool Congress, the Congress Party, the 2 communist parties, the Nationalist Congress Party and the National People's Party, which is a northeast based party. These are the 8 national parties as on date. And based on a rule change which happened a few years back, earlier in one election, if you don't get it again, your recognition will be withdrawn. So, every election, every general election, you should keep getting this required criteria. But now the rule is modified to say that you have the option to achieve this in 2 consecutive elections. So, if for 2 consecutive elections, once you are recognized, see, once you get it in one election, you are automatically recognized. But you will lose your recognition only if you don't achieve this in 2 consecutive elections, general elections. I hope you found this video useful on what are the various types of parties and how the symbols are allotted to them as elections to the states of Tamil Nadu, West Bengal, Assam and Kerala approach over the next couple of months. More videos on the electoral process and the elections in the country I will keep making. Thanks for watching.